I mean, I'd say that it's a mixture of kind of euphoria and then some serious concern about the future, because the 50-foot sailboat that these two women set out on from Hawaii at the beginning of May, that was their home. They'd been living on that, and they had to leave it behind when they boarded this giant U.S. Navy ship, the Ashland, when they were essentially rescued, because the sailboat was deemed not seaworthy after it hit a number of storms. They say that basically they hit a perfect storm of malfunctions and problems with the communications technology on their sailboat, and that is essentially why they were drifting in the Pacific Ocean for more than 5 months. Take a listen to an excerpt from our conversation earlier.
We had no VHF, no range on it, no weather comm, no SSB, single sideband. We didn't have our ham radio, and our radio telephone inside the boat was not working, and also our Iridium's sat phone was not working. So we had no way to realize that we were about to enter a typhoon that had winds of 100 to 150 miles an hour and minimum wave heights of 40 foot in height.
How is it possible that all of these different communications devices malfunctioned?
They are dependent on the antenna.
Yes.
And when the antenna went out, everything went out.
So, Cyril, these two mariners, Jennifer Apple and Natasha Fuyava, who admits she was a novice sailor starting out on this journey, they made the trip and survived the ordeal with their two rescue dogs, which I got to play with a little bit, Zeus and Valentine, who are in very good condition, I can report, and are going into quarantine now that they've landed on the Japanese island of Okinawa, and they will now have to go through processing to try to get back to the U.S. and try to rebuild a life after this incredible adventure that has fortunately ended with everybody safe and healthy and intact. Cyril?
So, Ivan, what was the hardest thing for them during those 5 months?
Well, I think there were a number of serious challenges. They say that at certain points they were essentially being hunted by tiger sharks. They say that tiger sharks were slamming into the hull of their sailboat. At another point, they say they were within sight of Wake Island. It's a U.S. island in the middle of the Pacific, and that they reached out for help and were told that nobody was going to come to help. At the darkest moments, they say they spent time reading the Bible.